It was a rough week for a Denver, Colorado man who was arrested on consecutive days by Riley County Police. The first arrest occurred Thursday just after 9:30 a.m. in the 600 block of South Delaware Avenue after a 42-year-old man reported that 40-year-old David Lingle made multiple threats to him. They arrested Lingle on the aforementioned charges, and he was booked into Riley County Jail and later released on a bond of $15,000. Then on Friday, he was arrested again by police just after 2 p.m. in the 600 block of South Delaware. This time he's charged with one count of aggravated assault with the use of a deadly weapon. In this arrest, the victim has been unidentified, but Ashley Tokoi says that Friday's arrest is unrelated to the one on Thursday. Lingle remains in jail for this charge and a bond of $50,000. The Manhattan mayor is facing controversy after a local landlord said Susan Adamczyk attacked his wife during an argument about a lease agreement. Roger Seymour, whose company owns and rents properties in Manhattan, spoke during public comment at the Manhattan City Commission meeting last week. He said he was discussing a lease agreement with a family from Afghanistan on July 27th, and Adamczyk was present to help the family. She is the president of the board of the Manhattan Area Resettlement Team, a nonprofit formed to assist refugees arriving in the region. Seymour said the tenants became agitated during the checkout process when he was listing damage to the property. Adamczyk asked to see the lease, and Seymour said she could not because she was not a signatory on the document. Seymour said Adamczyk became, quote, belligerent and tried to grab the documents. Riley County Police Department spokeswoman Ashley Tokoi said Friday she didn't have any record of an incident involving Adamczyk. Adamczyk on Friday declined to comment except to confirm that the police came after she left. She said Seymour asked her to leave the property and she complied. She said she hasn't been contacted by police. More information on this story can be found at themercury.com. Riley County commissioners will return to work this morning to go over a number of items on today's agenda. Commissioners will hear from Riley County Historical Museum Director Catherine Hensler. She requests to fill two positions at the museum. The two positions of need will be a museum assistant and a museum curator of archives. Commissioners will also hear from Budget and Finance Officer Brittany Phillips as discussions continue on the 2025 rural fire budget. Commissioner and Vice Chair Greg McKinley is set to join K-Man's in Focus for the full hour tomorrow morning, beginning at 9:06. He'll be joined alongside by Deputy County Councilor Bryant Parker. The commission meeting will get underway at 8:30 this morning. Meanwhile, Potawatomi County commissioners have a light agenda ahead of them today as they meet for their weekly meeting in Westmoreland. Commissioners will hear updates from department heads this morning as they do every week. Register of Deeds Betty Abitz will provide a records management report for the month of July. That meeting will also get underway at 8:30. Habitat for Humanity of the Northern Flint Hills announced last week that they are pausing their workforce repair program in Manhattan while seeking to reinstate its CDBG housing rehab program. Executive Director Josh Brewer explained what the program is and why it is important.
That program is federal funds that come to our community as an entitlement community, and they go out to homeowners in the community and provide access to $25,000 for a critical home repair on their homes. And what that homeowner has to do in return is just promise to stay in that home for 10 years, and then that loan is forgiven.
The reason for the pause is due to a lack of funding from the government. The program allows for Habitat to go in and provide critical replacements in homes for those who can't afford to make repairs. According to the city's website, the program assisted 227 homeowners between 1999 and 2016. Brewer said funding from alternative sources remains for those households earning less than 50% of the area median income until funds are exhausted, likely by the end of this calendar year. More on the day's headlines can be found at our website, newsradiokman.com and themercury.com.
Good morning, I'm Troy Coverdale with your sports headlines. Chiefs receiver Hollywood Brown was taken to a local hospital with a dislocated clavicle on Saturday night, a potentially significant setback for the two-time defending Super Bowl champions in their 26-13 preseason loss at Jacksonville. Brown landed awkwardly on his shoulder following an 11-yard reception on the opening play of the game. His injury was one of several issues for the Chiefs in their preseason opener. They now enter their final week of training camp in St. Joe with a 10:15 practice this morning. That starts the clock towards a Saturday afternoon tilt against the Lions at Arrowhead. After the odd off day yesterday on the heels of their weekend split with the Cardinals, the Royals open a key stretch with the Twins tonight. Brady Singer gets the start for Kansas City. Pablo Lopez will throw for the Twins in the 640 contest. A half game separates the two teams in second and third place in the American League Central as both trail the Guardians. Cleveland opens a home series against the Cubs tonight. Asia Wilson scored 21 points, and the U.S. survived a last-second shot by former UConn standout Gabby Williams. That was just inside the three-point line as France was unable to pull off the comeback. 67-66 the final. For the U.S., their 8th consecutive gold, and no team had been able to push the Americans during this streak of 61 consecutive wins. In fact, only 2 of those victories had been by single digits before yesterday's game. Have a great day. I'm Troy Coverdale.